whether you fall into a pathway for your career in cybersecurity or you make a conscious decision and seek out a particular pathway to follow, there's not necessarily going to be a lot of consistency for the language around what you've chosen. That's because everyone describes it differently and across industry very, very differently. For now, I'm just going to say there's entry, there's mid-level, and there's advanced. That's enough of a clue to us that you're going to be in 3 buckets, right? And most people will be able to advance from entry level to mid-level to advanced level. But beyond that, don't count on things necessarily being the same from one industry to the next, from one company to the next. I like the variety of titles in technology. I have colleagues who work in very advanced settings, and they have, a wonderful title like staff engineer. And to a lot of the world, that particular title, staff engineer, might sound very mundane or maybe entry level or maybe mid-level. But you know what? For the colleague that I'm thinking of in my head, he's actually at the top of his game and highly valued. And that term, staff engineer, carries a particular connotation where he works. If he were to apply someplace else, he might have a hard time describing what that is, and probably he would be applying to a job where someone would want to know, what do you do? What can you do? What certifications do you hold? And all those extra questions that go with professionalism. So when we talk about finding a pathway, just be wary that the title on it may not tell you a lot. And in fact, you could misread something by not knowing. It is a lot safer if you walk in, let's say, to a recruiting fair or to a national conference where you have opportunity to talk to people from a lot of different companies, to use the more generic terms like entry level, mid-level, advanced. That way you can help them key in on where you think you fit. Usually you're going to get in trouble if you go ahead and say advanced at the start. So it's a good time to impose some humility for yourself. Do that identification just in those 3 buckets and then go learn about that industry. What are the job titles there in that industry? Right now, I think architect is a very fancy title and highly prized. And probably that's not going to be found at an entry-level position. So there's some things like that you can look for that will help guide you. But mainly, let's just go ahead with the idea that this is my first job, or I've been in the industry 3 years. Some sort of description that helps other people understand where you're starting.